Welcome back to Inside Toronto Real Estate on Rogers TV. I'm your host, Brian Prasad. On today's show, we're talking about investing in pre-construction condos, and no better place to talk about investing in pre-construction condos than the Distillery District, because there's a lot of great selection here. So if you have a question about investing in pre-construction condos, give us a call. Keith Graham from City Accord Realty and Callum Ross, yes, Senior Vice President from the Mortgage Center. Thank you guys for coming. I'm gathering, and maybe Keith, you could help them out. Real estate investing, according to these seminars that he's going to, is supposed to be really easy. How does someone
doing it
versus
doing it?
How does someone start off if they're just getting out and starting real estate? What's the first steps that they need to take in order to make some money?
Like, how do you begin?
Well, what I suggest is, you want to work on a portfolio, mm-hmm, and just slowly grow into something that is at a comfort level. Mm-hmm. Pre-sale is always a great way to go. I love working with investors because you can put that small amount down, and then you can the adjusted payments for the next year and a half. So it makes a lot of sense that way. Again, if you have the funds and you can come in and close within a 5-6 month period, you can go with the assignments. Mm-hmm. On the resale, you're looking to get in within 30 days. Mm-hmm. And then you have to have a good financing package behind it to be able to close that transaction, because, investing in a property nowadays is a little bit more tricky than it was 4 or 5 years ago with everything that's going on. And you want to get a good tenant in there too, because there's with recent job loss and situations that have happened recently, you want to make sure that you got a good tenant in there that's going to be there long term, or at least stay there for the full 1 year contract.
So essentially, if he wants to start out, maybe going pre-construction is the way to go, because it'll allow him to put a little bit now, $2,000 in typically now, and then 5% later, and then over the next, how long of a period?
Usually 120 days, 180 days, and 360 days. You're paying the 15%, possibly another 5% or 10% on interim occupancy.
Okay, so you could be able to spread it out, you could get into it, and it's very easy to do because you're not paying a mortgage as well. You're not qualifying for a mortgage as well, so it might be the way to go until you have 3 years essentially to get your house in order to be able to get the mortgage. Exactly. And who knows?
Or assign it.
You might assign it. You might flip it and make some money.
Because you don't need the mortgage on the interim occupancy. So you have that assignable period of time. Usually it's 4 or 5 months to assign it, because you're automatically going to get the phantom mortgage or the builder's mortgage, mm-hmm, which I believe is prime plus 2.
Depending on the builder.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to touch more on the...
Okay. Well, in that case, you're back into the assignment market, and the best way of doing this is visiting the developer, sold it to you in the first place, and some of the competition in the area. Find out what the pre-sale values are going for. Work with a realtor to find out what the resale values are going for, and come up with a formula where you can sort of add these numbers together and divide it by 2, and you should have that assignable price.
So, it's hard to say if it's a good price, because you got to look at what other stuff in the area is selling for.
You have to look for other stuff, but then you're going to see resale. It's going to be 2-3 years old.
Okay, so excellent point.
Important.
So Rajiv, you got to get a real estate agent to look at the comps to see if it's an actually good deal. He'll actually see stuff what's actually been closed, what stuff's on the market right now, what stuff's not selling. So you need to get those questions answered. You got to get a real estate agent who has access to MLS to do that for you, and also see what other builders are selling stuff for. Mm-hmm. So I hope that answers the question. Thank you so much for your call. So guys, how do people get a hold of you, Keith? And thank you again for being on the show.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, it's Keith at cityaccord.com.
Okay.
And you can always call me on my direct line, 416-712-7908. For the projects that we have coming up, because we have a lot of people coming in for presentations, mm-hmm, so we've developed an email address. It's rsvp@cityaccord.com, mm-hmm, and that will give you an invite to all the new projects that are coming in the year 2010.
Excellent. Callum, Keith, quickly, what projects are you working on right now? Can you say, or is it super VIP?
Yeah, well, right now there's a lot of interest in River City, close by here, and in the Distillery.
Which is supposed to launch in February, but you're getting...
We've already got that taken care of, yeah, but there's going to be a lot more projects with the Pan Am Games going on, coming up in 2015 there. There's going to be a lot of excitement. It's going to bring a lot more excitement to the Distillery area as well.
Okay, excellent point. That's all the time we have for today. If you want more info, you saw it. You could check out Living at the Distillery at www.liveatthedistillery.com. Join us next Wednesday, 8:30 for another live edition of Inside Toronto Real Estate. We're going to be talking about taxes. We're going to have a lot of fun talking about taxes. Until then, keep your eyes open when you're closing that deal. Bye for now.